Hello students, this is the part 4 of the chapter Human Reproduction. I was discussing about menstrual cycle in my previous video, and I hope you have understood it, and I try to give you a concept about menstrual cycle, menstruation, and the details of it. But in this video I would like to go a bit further, and I would like to discuss about the changes that take place in the female body during this menstrual cycle. So changes are of two types. Okay. One change takes place in the ovary, and another change takes place in the uterus. Okay, so these changes, as I have said previously, these changes are cyclical and sequential. So let's get started with the ovarian changes. So as you can see, I have noted down the all the stages of the changes in the ovary. The first one is the follicular phase, next is the ovulatory phase, third phase is the luteal phase, and the last one is the menstrual phase. So I will discuss about all the phases in details, and first one comes the follicular phase. So you all know what are follicles. I have discussed in one of the previous videos when I was talking about the female reproductive system. So initially primordial follicles are formed from the ovary, and as they keep on growing, as they mature, they become, one of them become the Graafian follicle, and within the Graafian follicle the central cell, ultimately when it reaches its maturity, it ruptures out of the Graafian follicle and is released from the Graafian follicle as the ovum. Okay, so the follicular phase, that exact thing occurs during the follicular phase. The primordial follicle grows into the Graafian follicle, and this follicular phase takes place for about 6 to 14 days of the cycle. So previously I have said that the cycle is of 28 days. Okay, so during this 28 day cycle, for 6 to 14 days the follicular phase continues, and this phase is controlled by the follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, you must have heard about the pituitary hormones, that is the hormones that are secreted from the pituitary gland. Okay, in your lower classes you have studied about the pituitary gland, which is known as the master gland, because it secretes many important hormones in our body. So follicle stimulating hormone FSH is one such pituitary hormone which is found in the female body and controls the follicular phase during the menstrual cycle. So our next phase of the ovarian changes is the ovulatory phase. So ovulatory, from the name only you can understand that ovulation takes place here. So you all know what is ovulation. The when the ovum is released from the Graafian follicle, it is known as ovulation. Okay, so that exact thing takes place in the ovary during this phase. Okay, so the ovulatory phase, during the ovulatory phase, the Graafian follicle ruptures, and the ovum is discharged from the Graafian follicle, and this exact phase is controlled by the female hormone estrogen. Okay, and after the ovum is discharged from the Graafian follicle, the Graafian follicle now becomes a corpus luteum. Previously I have discussed about corpus luteum, and this ovulatory phase, that is ovulation, takes place exactly on the 14th day of the cycle. So the cycle is of 28 days. Exactly in the middle of the cycle, that is on the 14th day, the ovulatory phase, that is ovulation, takes place. So now comes the luteal phase. The ovum is discharged from the Graafian follicle, and now the ovum will go on its course, that is it will fertilize with, it will undergo fertilization with the sperm or not. That is a different perspective, but the changes within the ovary must go on. So here comes the third phase, which is known as the luteal phase. Okay, so what happens in the luteal phase? The corpus luteum, which was previously formed in the ovulatory phase, the corpus luteum now keeps on growing, and this phase is controlled by the progesterone hormone, another female hormone known as progesterone. Okay, and this luteal phase keeps on going for 15 to 28 days of the cycle, that is the second half of the cycle. On the 14th day, that is in the middle of the cycle, ovulation takes place, and right after ovulation, for the total duration of the cycle, that is the total duration of the second half of the cycle, this luteal phase keeps on going, which is controlled by the progesterone hormone. Last phase is known as the menstrual phase. So menstrual phase is nothing but, you from the name only you can understand, during this the menstruation takes place. So it keeps on going for 4 to 6 days, and it starts on the 28th day, means 15 to 28th day, 15th to 28th day the luteal phase continued, and right after the luteal phase, when a new cycle starts, initially it will start with menstrual cycle and keep on continuing with the follicular phase, ovulatory phase, luteal phase, and this like this the cycle keeps on going. So what happens in the menstrual phase? The unfertilized ovum, the broken tissues from the endometrium of the ovary, along with mucus and blood, they all come out from the vaginal orifice, and this phase, as I said, keeps on going for 4 to 6 days. So this 4 phases keeps on repeating like a cyclic manner every month. Okay, so these are all about the ovarian changes. So now let's get into the uterine changes. Now next we come to the uterine changes. Okay, the uterine changes means the changes that occur during this menstrual cycle in the uterus of the female body can also be divided into 4 phases, just like the ovarian changes. Okay, so the first phase is known as the repairing and proliferative phase. Okay, next one is ovulatory phase. The name of the second phase is same as that of the ovarian changes. Third phase is premenstrual phase, and last phase is menstrual phase. So what happens in the repairing and proliferative phase? So in the previous cycle, that is in the previous menstrual cycle of 28 days, the bed of the tissues that was forming on the endometrium has broken down. Okay, due to because the sperm has not come to fertilize the ovary, so there was no need of that, so it has broken down, and that phase was known as menstruation. So now the uterus needs some repairing. Okay, so since it has gone for such massive changes in the previous cycle, it will need some time for repairing and proliferative. It starts right after the stoppage of the menstruation of the previous cycle. Okay, and here the endometrium of the uterus is reconstructed, and it continues from the 1st to the 6th day of the cycle. Next comes after the uterus has repaired itself and made itself ready for the next cycle. Next phase will be the ovulatory phase. So what happens in the ovulatory phase? The main event of the uterus, means the changes that take place, the main event is the growth of the endometrium of the uterine wall. So the layers of tissues will keep on growing on the uterine wall, so that a bed-like structure can be formed for a zygote if fertilization takes place. So this is the main event. So step by step this event only grows further. Okay, so what happens in the ovulatory phase? The growth of the endometrium becomes more. Okay, and it continues from the 7th to 14th day of the cycle. First to 6th day repairing of the endometrium, and 7th to 14th day continues with the ovulatory phase. This phase is simultaneous with the ovulation of the ovulatory phase of the ovary. Okay, so while the ovulation was going on in the ovary, the uterus is preparing itself for the cycle. Next phase is the premenstrual phase, the third phase, premenstrual phase. Here also the endometrium is growing further. So the more growth of the endometrium will ensure better protection for a zygote if it is formed. So the uterus will always ensure that a zygote, if fertilization takes place and a zygote is formed, proper protection is given for it to implant and grow on. Okay, and this premenstrual phase keeps on growing from the 15th to the 28th day of the cycle. And lastly is the menstrual phase, where just like the ovarian changes, the endometrium ruptures, the tissues break down and come out through the vaginal orifice along with the unfertilized ovum and blood, and it starts on the 28th day of the cycle and continues for 4 to 6 days. So this is all about the uterine changes. So now you have learnt about the ovarian changes, which has 4 stages, and uterine changes, which also have 4 stages. So these two changes within the ovary and the uterus keeps on going simultaneously. Like the 4 phases that keep on going within the ovary, same these 4 phases keep on going within the uterus at the same time. Okay, and last phase is menstrual phase for both ovary and uterus. That means the unfertilized ovum from the ovary and the endometrium, that is the broken tissues from the uterus, both come out of the female body. Lastly, we come to this graph, which is very important for your exam, because if you are asked to write about the different changes in the uterus or in the ovary, you have to draw this graph to explain how the different female hormones are taking part in this whole menstrual cycle process. Okay, so first you can see that I have drawn this x-axis is about the days. Okay, so day 1 and day 28, and this at the middle, this is the day 14. Okay, so here these two hormones are the pituitary hormones. PH means pituitary hormones. So what are the two pituitary hormones that are taking part in menstrual cycle? FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, luteinizing hormone. Okay, so you can see how these two hormones are fluctuating throughout the cycle. At the 14th day, that is during the ovulatory phase, when the ovulation takes place, both hormones are at their highest peak. Okay, FSH, sorry, LH, this one is the LH, the dotted one, and the straight line one is the FSH. So FSH is at its highest peak along with LH, which is just a bit lower than FSH but still at its highest. Next comes the ovarian hormones, OH. I have just given the abbreviations. So the two ovarian hormones are estrogen and progesterone. They also keep fluctuating, means the first half of the cycle from day 1 to day 14, they are not fluctuating much. Okay, so right from the ovulatory period, in the case of both the hormones, they keep on fluctuating like alternatively. Okay, so this graph or the fluctuations of the hormones, you have to learn properly, and you have to write it, draw this graph in your exam. So students, I think you have understood this part, and if you have any problem, do comment in the comment box. I will try to solve your problem, and I will provide a PDF from the book. The book pages I will provide along with the video. So keep studying and stay tuned for the next part of this chapter.